Money is already digital. You just didn't notice. Part 1. Most people think we're moving toward a digital money system. But what if I told you we're already in one? Right now, today, think about how you actually spend money. You tap your phone, you swipe a card, you send money through an app. When was the last time you really used cash? Here's the truth. Only about 15 to 20% of people in the United States still mostly use cash. That means the majority of people are already operating inside a digital system. And here's the part most people miss. Your money isn't really money anymore. It's data, numbers on a screen, entries in a database, signals moving between systems. When you check your bank account, you're not looking at physical dollars. You're looking at a digital representation of value. So when people ask, are we moving toward a digital dollar? The real answer is, we're already there, just not in the way they think. Because right now, the system is still fragmented. Banks control one part, apps control another. Payment networks sit in the middle. There's no single system controlling everything. Yet. And that's where the conversation about the digital dollar really begins. A true digital dollar, what's called a central bank digital currency, will come directly from the Federal Reserve. Not your bank, not your app, but the government itself. And that changes everything. Because now, money wouldn't just be digital, it would be programmable, trackable, potentially controllable. And recently, something interesting happened. Lawmakers stepped in and said, pause. A bill was introduced to block the creation of a digital dollar until 2030. Not forever, but long enough to slow things down. Now, most people see that and think, okay, so digital money is delayed. But that's not what's actually happening. Because while one door is being paused, another one just opened wide. And in part 2, I'm going to show you who's really stepping in to take control of the future of money and why this shift is bigger than most people realize. Join us at xrpcloud.live and our school community to stay ahead. Part 2, if not the government, then who? So if the government is slowing down the digital dollar, then who's taking its place? This is where things get interesting because money doesn't just stop evolving, it adapts. And right now, we're seeing 3 powerful forces step forward. The first is something called stablecoins. Think of stablecoins as digital dollars, but issued by private companies instead of the government. They're pegged to the value of the US dollar, but they move faster, cheaper, and globally. No waiting days for transfers, no traditional banking friction, just instant movement of value. And because there is no official digital dollar yet, stablecoins are quietly becoming the default version of it. The second force is crypto infrastructure, not just currencies, but the networks that move money. Systems like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Each one plays a different role. Some store value, some power applications. And some, like XRP, are designed to move money across borders instantly. So now you have digital dollars and systems that can move them anywhere in the world. But here's the third force, and this is the one most people are not paying attention to. Artificial intelligence. AI is not just analyzing data anymore. It's starting to make decisions. And when you combine AI with digital money, something new emerges. Money that moves on its own. Imagine this. You receive income, and instead of you deciding what to do with it, an AI system automatically splits it. Some goes to expenses, some goes to savings, some gets invested, some gets reinvested into growth. No hesitation, no delay, no emotional decisions, just execution. This is the shift. We're moving from a world where humans manage money to a world where systems manage money. And that creates a new question. If money can move by itself, If systems can make decisions, then what is your role? Because in part 3, we're going to answer that. And I'm going to show you how this isn't just about money. It's about control. Join us at xrpcloud.live and our school community to stay ahead of this shift. Don't get left behind. So now we arrive at the real shift. The shift starts with digital money, but it goes much deeper than that. It's not just about crypto or the technology behind the curtain. And it's certainly not just about the rise of artificial intelligence, but something deeper, control. Because in the old system, you had one job, earn money, then decide how to spend it. That was the loop. Earn, spend, repeat. But in the new system, that loop breaks. Because now, money doesn't need you to move. Systems can do that. AI can do that. Automation can do that. So your role changes. You are no longer just someone who earns money. You become someone who designs how money flows. Think about that. Instead of asking, how do I make more money? You start asking, how does my money move? How is it divided? What does it grow into? What system controls it? Because once money becomes programmable, the person who controls the rules controls the outcome. This is where the real divide begins. On one side, you have passive users. They use apps, they follow systems, they react to money. On the other side, you have system builders. They design flows, they automate decisions, they control outcomes. Same world, different positions. And here's the truth most people aren't ready for. The future isn't about having more money. It's about having a system that knows what to do with money automatically, consistently, intelligently. So the question isn't, is money going digital? That already happened. The real question is, are you going to participate in the system or build one? Because the people who build the systems don't just earn money, they direct it. And once you understand that, you're no longer just in the economy, you're designing it. Welcome to the future of the Internet of Value. Join us at xrpcloud.live and start building today.
So if this is already happening behind the scenes, the real question isn't if anymore. It's what happens next. Before we go further, head over to xrpcloud.live/xrp-network for live crypto stats, blogs, and articles in real time as we dive into this next phase. Because once the infrastructure is in place, everything starts to connect. It's no longer about individual pieces. Money, apps, platforms, all moving together in real time. A global heartbeat of data and value. What used to be separate systems start becoming one integrated network, a seamless tapestry of digital finance. And this is where most people will feel the shift. It won't be something you read about in a manual, not in the technology, but rather it's something you'll feel in the experience itself. Sending money becomes as instant as a heartbeat. Using financial tools becomes seamless, intuitive, and invisible. And moving value feels just like sending a message. No friction, no delays, just pure direct movement. This isn't just a simple software upgrade. It's a foundational new layer being added to the internet itself. A layer where value moves freely, without the old borders and gatekeepers. Systems communicate directly, speaking the same language of liquidity in real time, and access becomes truly global. From the smallest town to the largest city, the network is everywhere. This is what people mean when they say the Internet of Value, a world where value moves like information. And this is the part that matters most. This is where your individual journey begins in this new ecosystem. Because everyone will eventually use this system, they won't have a choice, but not everyone will understand it. Some people will adapt late out of necessity. Some will simply follow the crowd. And some, the ones watching this right now, will position themselves early. They see the building blocks before the house is finished. The difference won't be who heard about crypto first. It will be who understood what was actually being built while others were distracted. Because once it becomes obvious to everyone, the advantage of being early is already gone. The door has closed. This isn't just about technology or tokens, it's about awareness. It's about seeing the invisible infrastructure of the future, because the system is already changing right under our feet, every single day. The only question left for you is, are you just watching it happen, or are you preparing for what comes next? Choose wisely. This journey is just beginning. Stay positioned. I'm Coach Don, and I'll see you in the next one. Join us at xrpcloud.live to stay ahead of the curve.